Hello America, and welcome to a very special episode of Stateside Spotlight. Buckle up because tonight, we're diving headfirst into the mosh pit of American legislation with the top 5 most controversial laws of 2025. These aren't your run-of-the-mill should we allow chewing gum in libraries type of debates. Oh no, these are the kind of laws that have families arguing at Thanksgiving dinner, protesters flooding the streets, and Twitter experiencing a collective meltdown. These laws have sparked debates, protests, and discussions across the nation, raising questions about fairness, equality, and the direction of our country. So, grab your gavel, put on your judge's wig, optional but encouraged, and let's dissect the legal dramas that have defined 2025. Welcome to our countdown of the top 5 most controversial laws passed in the U.S. this year. These laws have sparked debates, protests, and discussions across the nation. First up, we're tackling the Healthcare Reform Act, a law that's about as straightforward and easy to understand as a tax return written in hieroglyphics. This bill promised to revamp the American healthcare system, a system that, let's be honest, was already about as stable as a Jenga tower built on a roller coaster. Proponents of the law promised lower costs and better coverage, while opponents screamed about government overreach and death panels, which, and I cannot stress this enough, are not a real thing. So did this law magically cure all that ails the American healthcare system? Well, as with most things in life, the answer is a resounding, it's complicated. Next up, we're diving into the contentious world of education with the Education Funding Bill, a piece of legislation that makes the Hunger Games look like a friendly game of tag. This bill tackled the perpetually thorny issue of school funding, a topic that's guaranteed to get people riled up faster than a principal announcing a surprise fire drill on a Friday afternoon. At the heart of the debate was the allocation of funds, with some arguing for increased spending on public schools and others pushing for school choice programs like vouchers. Critics argued that this would further disadvantage already struggling public schools, while supporters claimed it would empower parents and promote competition. One thing's for sure, this bill ignited a firestorm of debate about the value we place on education and the future of our children. Now, let's talk about the environment, or more specifically, the Environmental Protection Rollback, a law that has environmentalists climbing the walls, and not in a good free-soloing El Capitan kind of way. This bill rolled back environmental regulations put in place by previous administrations, sparking outrage from those who believe climate change is, a real thing that's currently happening. Proponents of the rollback argued that these regulations were too burdensome on businesses and stifled economic growth. Opponents, however, countered that the long-term costs of environmental damage far outweigh any short-term economic gains. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're entering the always turbulent world of immigration with the Immigration Policy Overhaul. This law was about as popular as a skunk at a garden party, sparking heated debates about border security, the rights of immigrants, and the very definition of what it means to be American. The law aimed to strengthen border security, limit legal immigration, and create a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants already living in the U.S. However, the devil, as they say, is in the details, and those details sparked fierce opposition from both sides of the aisle. And finally, we arrive at the Voting Rights Amendment, a law that cuts to the very core of our democracy. This amendment aimed to address concerns about voter fraud, which, let's be clear, is about as common as finding a unicorn riding a Bigfoot. Supporters of the amendment argued that it was necessary to ensure the integrity of our elections. Opponents, however, viewed it as a thinly veiled attempt at voter suppression, disproportionately impacting minority communities and those with limited access to traditional forms of identification. Well, there you have it, folks. The top 5 most controversial laws of 2025. These laws have certainly made waves this year, and their impacts will be felt for years to come. They've exposed deep divisions in our society, forcing us to confront complex issues with no easy answers. But hey, who needs easy answers when you can have a good old-fashioned legislative showdown? Stay informed and engaged, because these issues affect us all. They shape our lives, our communities, and the future of our nation. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and for goodness sake, please try to get along with each other.